Former industry, big tech, taking some heat. Tim Cook recently criticizing Mark Zuckerberg. Do you think we need more government regulation of big tech? Because I think I remember you guys fought it for a while at Microsoft.
Oh, did we fight it? We fought for the freedom to innovate. And I think right now, there are real issues that need to be debated and thought about. My concern is that a company like Facebook might under-respond, or the government might move to over-regulate. And really thinking through, first, the business has to really think through what it can do. It needs to have an intelligent discussion with legislators, regulators. That's part of the game. And generally, it may take longer or shorter, a solution can be found. I wish we had found a solution faster in our antitrust matter, because certainty of what's possible really helps then companies go ahead and innovate, and yet companies are always saying, oh, you know, don't regulate us. And yet I think everybody has to participate in that discussion.
Do you think Facebook or others will get more government regulation? Do you think the government is going to come in?
I don't know. I think it'll depend on their response.
You think Tim Cook was right to criticize Zuckerberg?
Criticism between CEOs in the tech business largely has to do with somebody selling their business model and their approach versus somebody else. That's my experience. I used to do it myself, Brian. So I think you got to look at it that way.
Microsoft never got caught up in the data debate. You guys have largely remained outside of that. What is the value of our personal data? How much did you guys discuss it at Microsoft?
We discussed it a lot, but we never really grew a business that was dependent on it. The size of the advertising business, we never really got there. We were trying. The company still doesn't have a large business that would be affected. But
LinkedIn
bought after I left. Wonderful company, glad to see it. What I would say is, first you have to understand how sensitive are your customers to these privacy issues. Facebook revenue and usage was up dramatically in the last quarter, and at the same time they were going through this whole privacy debate.
Was toward the end. It was toward the end
towards
of the quarter.
End. Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with that. Let's see what happens. What do consumers think? What do investors think? What does government think? And what does the company do? What do I do? I'm not a big user of some of the most, the services that get the most attention. I'm not a big user of Facebook. I don't put that much of my personal information out on the internet.
Hi, I'm worth $38 billion. Here's where I live. Don't do that, by the way. Don't do that.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid that might be available.
Here's what I think though, Steve. When I look at what you guys went through years and years ago, and I look at Google and Amazon, you could make the argument that Google, and I'm not picking on them, they're great companies, they employ tens of thousands of people. Google and Amazon, in some ways, are more powerful in their respective industries than you guys ever were when the government, especially Europe, tried to break you up.
You can argue that, and I believe that. I still believe that the antitrust power of Google in Europe is out of control.
Should they be broken up?
About broken up, I think they should be regulated to permit competition. I thought that when I worked at Microsoft. I still believe it. Microsoft's backed off from that. That's new leadership's perspective. But I absolutely think there's a problem, and the Europeans were on to an appropriate form of regulation.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.